In this Whoop MG review video, Jessica and I talk about its blood pressure accuracy, age clock, etc. Timestamps are included, so feel free to skip around. This video is not sponsored by Whoop. We bought the device ourselves using income from our personal training services, where we specialize in serving seniors. If you also like to keep the channel alive and growing, please feel free to check out the link on the screen, where I share about why seniors are picking our personal training services over other companies. With that said, let's get into it. Hi Jessica, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for inviting me again. I'm excited for today's session.
Yeah, today we are reviewing Whoop MG, which we both have tried for a few weeks. And I think both of us have different stories to tell. Yeah,
for sure.
So I think how we will structure this is we'll go with your pointers first. I'll ask you your questions, and then we'll go to my pointers, and then you can ask me questions about,
Your thoughts.
Yeah, my thoughts.
In detail.
Yeah. All right. So what are your thoughts on the device and after trying it for...
Yeah, 4 weeks. I tried it for a solid month, actually. Well, now that I'm on the month part, I really like the gamification milestone part. After 7 days, you reach like a new milestone. After 14 days, 21, like 1 month, and then it says that you've like progressed onto the next level. I thought that was cool how they did the gamification part. As for the whole experience, the Whoop is well suited for people who really like data and like to go into the granularity of their data. Because I know like when I was looking through all the variables, sleep was divided into 8 or 9 different parameters that you can look at. And then even cardiovascular measurements, they're probably divided into like 5 or 6. But then I also noticed that I felt more anxious when I was wearing the Whoop, because I would like wake up every day and I would just check the app right away, and then as soon as I like opened up my phone, it would pop up, be like sleep detected, and they're gonna automatically turn it off. And in the past, what I would do is I wouldn't look at my phone for 1 to 2 hours after I wake up. So I wake up, I get ready, and then once I'm on transport or something, then I start to like pull out my phone and like look at social media apps. So then I was like, it's a lot of data, but it made me feel like I was forced to look at the data and kind of worry about it.
Is that something like you think will wear off after a few days, or does it happen because like you're doing a review?
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, I need to... Oh, so I actually like screenshotted every single new thing that I saw so that I could go back and look at it. So maybe, yes, that could be something. And I think another thing was my days maybe were just too free, because I did notice that because I was traveling for 2 of the 4 weeks that I wore it. So then when I was traveling and I was really busy for like that day, I didn't look at the app at all, and actually made me feel better because I don't, always see like a new insight pop up and everything. So maybe it'll wear off after a while, but I'm not sure if the granularity of the data would still make me feel better. One, because it was very... Like even somebody like who is doing research on the topic gets overwhelmed like with too many things going on, like on the main page popping out at you. But I do think that if I were to have time to go into it, it's very, very nice to see all the graphs, because they like talk about different parameters where you can like really go into detail, like sleep debt, your sleep efficiency, and then the different heart rate measurements. So like all of these things have like more detailed parameters. So I thought that was really interesting to see that I don't see, for example, in other wearables or their apps. So that was really nice. But the other thing, so that is like more of the sensor measurements, right? Now, if we move on to the lifestyle behaviors component, where they ask you to track your experiences or
The journal.
The journal, yes, the journal, and then for recovery and like what parameters that like you could recover better from. It was really odd because it was not aligned at all. I think I got a few, like after recording it for a few weeks, it told me like if I worked late, if I had inconsistent bedtime, and if I felt stressed during the day, it helped me recover better, which was really odd because in theory, it should be the opposite, right? And then even when I click inside to the descriptions, it says like, okay, you should have a consistent bedtime, don't work so like until so late, and then low chronic stress is better, right? So even their details kind of explain that it shouldn't happen, but then they gave me that it helped me recover better. So I feel like there's can be improvement in the analysis of more lifestyle metrics and how they kind of give insights based on that.
Was this something related to Whoop Coach? Like you asked the Whoop Coach some questions?
No, not yet. So that was just like me recording journal entries, just clicking like yes or no for each thing. And then it just kind of coming up like with the recovery score, like what helps. Okay. So that's that. And then when I did like ask the Whoop Coach, it was, how should I say? Like it wasn't, it's in beta, so I can understand that it's not like very well refined yet. But I feel like the Whoop Coach kind of gives me templates of what to say each day. It's kind of like today's weather is X. You slept for X hours and then you recover for like your recovery score is like X%. And it was just very like formulaic. And I didn't feel that it was as personalized as I expected it to be because everything I read online was, oh, you know, like Whoop is supposed to be very personalized. It gives you like specific nudges, things like that. But all the time, like when I went into Whoop Coach, the recommendations were like, you recovered as such, whether it was like a low recovery, medium recovery, or like green recovery. It was just like, go on a walk is good for recovery, or like take a walk to, you know, have light exercise if you want. Or your second option was go for a run, like hit your heart rate zones to like push yourself harder. And then the third thing was, it was so funny because every single HIIT exercise I did, it recommended me the last thing that I did. So if I went boxing, it'll tell me like, if you want to do like a high intensity exercise, you can do boxing. If I went for, I think something like tennis or something, it'd be like, you should do tennis because then you know, so then it made me feel like it was a group personalized recommendation. So according to my age, sex, and like interests, it would like give me those kind of recommendations rather than like, hey, you know, this is an individual person. Maybe I can recommend something different, like go swimming or something that I haven't done, but they're like, okay, maybe like try it out. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So do you find that useful or you found that just too standardized?
I think it was too standardized, and because I was so busy with my PhD work and then I was also traveling, I didn't end up taking any of the recommendations. So they gave it to me and I just opened it, you know, because I wanted to like check it out. But I didn't end up using any of the recommendations.
So did it lead to any lifestyle changes on your part?
No, it actually made me feel a bit worse about how I traveled and how I don't take care of my health when I travel because my Whoop age was 2 years older than my actual chronological age. And I got so sad when I saw it because I thought, you know, I was quite healthy, you know, trying to eat well, and then I have at least once a week high intensity exercise. But then it told me I was 2 years older, and then I can kind of understand why, like, the ethics behind telling somebody their biological age, but not having any support to help them like improve it. It's like something that we were discussing last week at this other program I was in. And basically it was talking about like, if you tell someone their biological age, how are they going to feel about it? If it's younger, of course they're going to be very happy and excited, right? But if it's older, what if like that person takes it very seriously and they, you know, become sad or maybe even like depressed because they're not as young as they thought they were. So that was me, like for a few days. And then I was like, you know, it's okay because this is a score that maybe they're still refining. And we know that it takes in lifestyle habits like sleep time,
Sleep consistency. Which probably varied during your travels.
During my travels, yes. It also looked at resting heart rate, which sure. And then also like other lifestyle factors that were not exactly a more holistic picture of everything. So I was like, you know, this is probably just telling me that my routines while traveling is not the best. And maybe I should figure out how to like sleep well and exercise and eat well when I'm traveling. So that's kind of the biggest like insight that I got from the Whoop age. after processing my sadness about not being as young as I thought. Because, yeah, and then I felt more validated because we also did a VO2 max test, right? And then I tried the actual mask. And then after you told me that my like actual VO2 max was higher than what Wook told me, I was like, oh, okay, I feel better because like I'm not as unfit as I thought I was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an interesting point because I also did my own VO2 max
Oh,
test.
okay. Yeah.
Just to coincide with what Whoop was telling me. So I just did it 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
How was
yeah.
this measurement?
It was pretty close. It was pretty close.
It was close.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
On my Whoop, I think it says 58 and it increased from 56 to 58 in the last few weeks I wore it.
Wow.
What I measured was 55.8. Yeah, and that was an increase from 52.3 in February. So there was an increase because I've been doing like VO2 max intervals.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and when I did my test a few days ago, it's after my kid was born.
Ah,
So
yes.
I was not sleeping well already.
Yes,
So
yes,
I did feel like, it could have gone higher. So maybe like
Okay.
56, 57 was about right.
I
Yeah.
see. And compared to your other devices, were they also around the same values?
No, so my Garmin, I used the Forerunner 55. It's stuck at 45 for some reason. I mean,
doesn't-
it's stuck there for like 1 year. I mean, it went up in the last few weeks to 46. But yeah.
It's better, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I went up more than that in the last year for sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you got pretty similar results, but mine was, I think, around 20 ml per kg per minute off.
10,
10,
right?
10, around 10
Yeah.
off. Wow.
Yeah. So both your Whoop and your Apple Watch were around the
very
same.
similar, yeah.
But the VO2 max test, which we used the VO2 master, again, we have to validate that sometime later.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
But the two results were the same for the wearables, and then the VO2 master was
Yes,
different.
that's
Mine was Whoop, and VO2 master was the same, and then the Garmin.
The Garmin was different.
Yeah.
Interesting. But we each both did it once, right? So if we get a third person,
Oh, yeah.
one day,
One
one day we'll get a third
Yeah,
person
one day.
and then test it.
Yeah. What else
Interesting.
do you find? Yeah.
I found, so this really fun, it's just a small thing, but I didn't expect it because no other wearable did it, was you can wear the Whoop anywhere on your body and you can still take measurements from it, which like I didn't think it happened because all other wearables have a form factor that you have to like wear somewhere, right? With like a band or something. And then the Whoop, you can just put like anywhere that you have clothes. So, and I'm like, that's so convenient. Like I can just take it off and like, not get the strap sweaty and smelly and like get rashes. So that was very nice and like an interesting thing that I didn't expect. Oh, and the one thing I didn't like was it didn't let me say that I was traveling. Like I can only record that I was flying on a plane in terms of recovery, but there was no setting that says like, oh, I'm traveling during these days, so expect my
Scores to be slightly
scores to be different, or like expect, the parameters that are being measured to change. So I wonder if like that was also incorporated. Maybe like you having a newborn, like that could also be incorporated. I don't know. Like I think it could be a lot fuller picture, for the algorithm if they can include that. But I mean, my overall sentiment is that it's a really data heavy app and experience that I think is better suited for those who like looking at their data and, going through the granularity of it. And if they use it for lifestyle improvement or just like better performance in any of the metrics that they wanted, I think this is very useful because it goes into each parameter in a lot of detail, and you can like, zoom in, zoom out on any time frame that you wanted to look at. But if you wanted to like focus specifically on sleep tracking or focus specifically on activity and like sports performance, the Whoop is nice, but I think there are more well-designed wearables for like those specific goals that like for tracking. But I do like that they're trying something new in the incentives and motivation department, because I don't think I've seen it in other wearables where they actually like pop up with like milestones and trophies. It's like, hey, you recorded like 7 days and like you got this. And one thing I actually, I didn't see it, but I heard secondhand was that every month it gives you a Whoop report. I don't know if you saw your...
No, I don't think I've tried it for one whole month yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So apparently every month you get a Whoop report, and it kind of summarizes and condenses all your insights into like a 2 to 3 page PDF. And apparently that's pretty helpful. So then people don't need to look at their app every single day. And then every month they just get like insights. But then whether that person like took the insights and improved, I don't know. But I did hear that there is a actual like summary of everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't even know how many people took those insights and made,
Used.
you know, made different actions and made interventions in their own life.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the reasons why I tried the Whoop is because they launched the MG version
Yes,
with the
yes.
blood pressure feature and stuff like that. So I did realize quite a few interesting things. I think like for doctors, they will advise you to take the blood pressure in the day and in the evening, right?
Yeah.
Two different readings for more accurate representation.
Yeah.
But the Whoop MG only gives you like one reading
Every morning, right?
every morning. Yeah. And then because I have a kid, so I don't sleep 5 hours every night. So I don't get a reading every day. Yeah. Apparently, if you sleep less than 5 hours, they don't give you a reading.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the logic behind that? Like, does it explain anywhere in
No,
the app?
Yeah, it just says you have to clock in a proper sleeps. Something along those lines. I can't remember the wording. Yeah. So there were like missing readings in my blood pressure journal.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then how it works is you can insert manual readings into your
Yes,
Whoop.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I inserted one, and then after that I basically experimented with how they trend
Yes.
on the Omron
Yes.
versus the Whoop. Using the Whoop, I have elevated blood pressure, so above the normal range
I see.
across almost all days. I think all days.
All days. And compared to the Omron?
The Omron one, I'm normal like on all days.
Oh no, all days. Oh.
Yeah. So I think like there's still some way to go.
Yeah. And it makes me curious if they use sleep hours or like sleep quality in their parameters, because if they cannot give you a score if you sleep less than 5 hours, then maybe it's a very important part of their algorithm.
Yeah. So I went to dig a little bit.
Oh, okay. What did you find?
And they indeed use sleep along with heart rate, recovery metrics, demographic factors, together with PPG, which is
plasmography.
photoplasmography. Which another device, Hilo, also use. So the Hilo one recently got FDA clearance for over-the-counter use. They have 20 years of research, 100K users, and 6 clinical trials using just that technology. So Whoop has a larger user base, although they only train the blood pressure algorithm among over 11,000 users.
Okay.
So not as many users. And I don't think they have done a clinical trial.
Oh, okay. No, I don't think I've seen any many published studies with Whoop devices.
So I don't know whether they'll catch up in terms of the technology. Maybe like in a few years it'll be FDA approved.
Maybe.
But not this year.
Not this year.
Not this year.
Not this year.
Yeah.
I see.
So that was one thing I found. The other one was like Whoop age. I'm 1 point something years younger.
So good.
But I thought it wasn't a very useful metric.
but actually, like, if you get the score, like, what are you gonna do with it? Right? I mean, I get from, let's say if you were going to maybe like a longevity medicine clinic or like with a health coach, you can see the score and then they help you, improve your lifestyle or something like that. But, just normal consumers like you and me, if we didn't have a health coach, if we were not in this field, what could we actually do with it? How would we know what to do with it?
And I think like it also matters the accuracy of the score. If it's not so accurate, like in your case, then it's really gonna affect you.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know if it's accurate or not, because
it's a new thing, right?
It's a new thing. It's a new thing, and I'm like, maybe maybe my lifestyle habits haven't been great because of traveling. So maybe it's true to an extent, but I definitely don't feel that it's holistic enough. It takes in enough parameters, and there's no follow-up. Like you get the age and then they just let you go as is without, giving you more support. And I feel like it's not ideal
Yeah.
for those who get like a higher score. But
Yeah, I think like one of the things they use to measure the whoop age is also like the weekly time spent in heart rate zones 1 to 3. Yeah, but then again, they are not using the heart rate zones derived through like testing,
exactly.
which might be more accurate. They're using like
Yeah.
the basic algorithm.
Yes,
Right.
yes. And
Yeah.
if you don't exercise, you wouldn't even get the heart rate zones for that week. But I noticed that you also compared the whoop age to other measures, is it?
Oh yeah, I mean like I also use Mito Health. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you used it.
So for Mito Health, my age is 28, which is like 7 years younger. So yeah, I think it's a big difference.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mito Health uses blood, right?
So they use the lineage method, which is
Then-
basically the work of
Jan
Brian.
Gruber?
Yeah, Jan Gruber
Jan
and
Gruber
yeah.
Feng Shan. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. There is I think there's look at clinical biochemistry parameters, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's the thing that a lot of consumers or people who use biological age tests is really important that they know what it actually measures, because we see here that the Mito Health age looks at actually your blood biochemistry parameters, but Whoop age looks more at measurements that they can actually get from the wearable. So like the conclusions you can make can only be relevant to whatever it is they measure.
Yeah, I think that's quite an important point. So like knowing the context of how they derive the age.
Exactly.
Right. And then apart from that, it didn't sync on one day. So I lost 1 day of data.
Oh no.
I found the membership a bit confusing.
Yeah. Me
Right.
also, yeah.
And then the last, it also didn't detect my 5K time trial. Like I did a 5 km time trial. It didn't detect it as a workout for some reason. I have no idea.
Was it supposed to automatically detect? It's supposed to like once you start moving, right?
Yeah. It's supposed to be recorded as an activity. And
I
like
see.
it recorded my intervals, which I do every Tuesday.
Yeah. But not
But not my time
5K.
trial. Well,
That's so odd.
yeah. I was a
Actually,
bit-
there was something along the same lines. Suddenly, one day, I had it pop out on the app that I did 1 minute of boxing, but wasn't actually boxing. So I was still traveling, so I couldn't go to the gym for that. So then I was like, oh, it suddenly automatically detected I did boxing. So it was interesting. Oh, but one thing that I noticed was because on my Apple Watch, I can say I'm going on a walk. It actually pulled data from my Apple Watch to know that I was walking or running. So maybe that's the case
You can sync and it'd be better.
with all the So maybe that gives a case for wearing 2 wearables at the same time. But I think I will stick with one at the moment. I think it's just more convenient for me that way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And the last point I have is it doesn't have isometric workouts in the workout library.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not gonna enter my strength workouts because I have to manually enter the exercise. Right.
I see.
Right.
I didn't actually use the workout functions as much, but in terms of like the exercises that it did give you, right? Did it seem comprehensive or just like one category of exercises?
I was mainly doing running and gym. So I didn't really
look at all the other ones.
Yeah.
I see. I know there's a lot, but I really wonder like how often do users input like a different activity? I feel like most people just go to the gym or run or walk. So I wonder like how would it be differently analyzed if it were like another activity?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe for future testing.
Future testing. See, if you play tennis or like frisbee, if it would give you a different measurement, things like that. But it's interesting because I wore my Whoop for hit and boxing a few times, and it wasn't very different from any other high intensity measurement that I got. And the other thing was when I do cardio indoors, it doesn't give me a VO2 max reading. I need to be doing walking or running outdoors.
Oh,
for
like
it to-
it doesn't change your VO2 max reading.
yeah, it doesn't change. So that was really interesting. Same thing for the Apple Watch. Like I noticed that only when I am walking or running outside, then it would update my VO2 max. And I wouldn't get an update if I were to, like the VO2 max test that we did, if that was indoors on the treadmill, I rode like treadmill, and it didn't give me a VO2 max.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that.
So
Yeah.
something to look into.
Yeah, maybe it's just
interesting.
because it's the first time we're doing a review. Right?
But overall, like, what are your thoughts on Whoop? And would you use it again if they improve some of the things that you wanted to see?
I would try it again.
Mm.
Yeah, if they improved. For now, I'll probably stop wearing it unless I'm using it to compare it to another product that I'm reviewing. Yeah, I just feel like on the whole, it's very much a prototype of what they want to build towards. And a lot of metrics can be more accurate, if not more contextualized to make it more useful.
Yeah, I think the contextualization part is where I found with the most improvement because it was giving me a lot of data, but it didn't really it didn't seem like it combined all the different parts of the data for me. Like it was just data for, like sleep, heart, activity, recovery, maybe Whoop age. And then they're like, for each one, it gave me like a slightly different insight. And I'm like, can you guys combine it? Like, I just want like my personal coach combined.
So is that like your conclusion for your review of this?
Yeah. I mean, I do like it. I think it's a new type of device and a new gamification experience I haven't tried or encountered before. But similarly, like, I don't think I would continue wearing it for long term, mainly because I do like wearing watches and I like having the time on the watches. So for that alone, I just prefer one wearable.
Yeah, maybe it's just the way we use it.
Yeah. We're not really maximizing the use of what Whoop can do.
Yeah. Let us know how you are experiencing your Whoop MG if you have one, or if you have any questions on the things we discussed. That's all for today. Till next time.
See you next time.